Hello and welcome back. We're going to hop right into this one really quickly as usual. You can pause. You're more than invited to pause. You know what? Hop right into standard ranked. I think we can keep this. We have up to a turn 3 turn play. We have 2 potential draws to draw into a 3rd land, more plays, so yeah. Okay. I'm trying to get into the habit of attacking first with the generous visitor and then making my play later of Cameo Transients. That way the opponent might think, oh, maybe I should hold up in case he can play Tameo's safekeeping. Maybe I shouldn't nuke the generous visitor. Our opponent foretold something though. We see white and black. We're assuming Doomscar. I believe they need another source of white to activate it though, so hopefully whatever they get comes into play tapped. I think we should play Spirited Companion here. Get closer to that all-important 4th mana. But that is Hallowed Haunting next turn, which is going to help us recover from board wipes. We see yep, there's Doomscar, very nice. Cameo Transients comes back because an enchantment was put into the graveyard from the battlefield that turn as well. I think we'll just go Hallowed Haunting as the turn. Okay, well, I guess we'll play Cameo Transients, Weaver Farm. That is, in addition to the Cameo Transients, that is 1 Spirit Cleric that can be, well, that can now not be played. Our opponent says good game. Well, they've definitely done a good job holding us back with their wipes, but man, this is why we like running Cameo Transients in the main deck in one-on-one, because it's really helping us not lose that much card advantage against those wipes, man. I think we'll pass. Okay, we've got Catilda. That is nice because we can play Catilda plus a Rune of Might, draw a card. Catilda loves a hoping, of course, to start getting some swings in. Our opponent is definitely stalling. With everything they've got, they played a whole bunch of powerful spells here. Tybalt. We recently used this in a commander game. Someone was kind enough to allow me to use their deck, as I don't have one put together of my own. I guess it was their Rakdos deck. Let's see. We'll probably kill that guy with a Jukai into Borrowed Time here. And next turn our ideal play would be another Borrowed Time into Michigo's Swing.
Don't try to follow.
Our opponent's killing us. I think we're almost at the end here. I think we'll just do out the very last thing we can do. Our opponent, of course, having exiled the Cameo of Transience, taking away our ability to resist the card advantage generated by their board wipes. Oh man, that looks like that's about it. Good game, opponent. Yeah. Feeling a wipe here. So our opponent sacrifice a creature, unless they discard a card. Yeah, we'll discard the Cameo of Transience. We'll sacrifice the Cameo of Transience. It'll come back when they destroy an enchantment. Ganjo costs 3. Now, each opponent sacrifices a creature. We're gonna have to do that again. Do we want to do that again? We can borrow time, and we have Weaver of Harmony. We have 2 of them available, but we only need 1. We can swing with the other one, so we can swing a total of 6 damage after removing both of their things. I think that's a good one. That's pretty demoralizing, and that'll also get the GG right there. We're gonna keep a Ganjo in our hand, just in case this doesn't go our way. Our opponent happens to drop something nice. I think we're only gonna play one of those guys. I'm gonna pass the turn. The reason I didn't play the other one is to resist more board wipes. What's the Undead in the Snow? I don't remember if that's the name, but yeah, the snow one then. That wouldn't be good either. Okay. We might need to get rid of that. Yesterday, possibly. We can play Generous Visitor and then do it for the added value. How exactly does this go? We need to sacrifice a creature, enchantment, and a planeswalker. Ooh, okay, we're gonna have to be careful about which enchantment we give our opponent back. I would say we this is terrible. I have to think, which enchantment do I want to get rid of? I think I'll get rid of this borrowed time with the one god underneath it. So we'll sacrifice a creature. This guy. Maybe I should have sacrificed the Cameo of Transient since I'm sacrificing an enchantment, but I don't know, it's big. I can erase, weak through. Well, we'll see how we do. I think a Spirited Companion's a great place to start. Okay. Good game. Guess we made the right choice, because if we sacrifice the other borrowed time to the sacrifice an enchantment clause there, oh man, we were gonna have to sacrifice a bunch. It wasn't gonna be pretty. I guess we had to anyway, but man, when his enchantment came in, that makes us sacrifice whatever it is. I forget exactly what the clause is, but oh man, I didn't want to do that. So another good game as we push through platinum. Oh man, we really like this avatar here. I like the I don't know. I sound like an idiot saying I like the shapes, but those I like the shapely platform looking things that surround the guy. That's pretty cool. as we begin the game here, I'd like to thank whoever's watching, whoever's listening for tuning in today. I hope you're gaining something from this, be it entertainment, be it education. I hope that you're enjoying it irregardless. Thank you, and there are ways that you can show me that that's happening. A like, that's the thumbs up button. A comment, that's the little text field down below the video. A subscribe, that's the red rectangular button below to the right of the video. Lets me know you're out there, lets me know that you're watching, you're enjoying, you're finding something of value here. And you know, that's encouraging, that's rewarding to me to let me know that, you know, I guess that people give a darn at all. And so yeah, anything, everything appreciated. Thank you. We'll get back into the action here. We have a nice standard opening, generous visitor, Weaver, Jukai. I'm debating right now. Do I play a Michiko's? I have so many of them. I might as well get one started right now towards being yeah, whatever. We're going to put it on Weaver of Harmony so that way just that way they can both block Jukai should it be necessary. Okay, touch the Spirit Realm. We hope Jukai survives. That's actually pretty awesome for us that the Generous Visitor was gone, because it does give tokens, but right now, no, I do not want to do that because I need to play Hallowed Haunting. Guess we're swinging for 9. 6 of its lifelink. That is nice. Next turn, we'll choose between Catilda and 2 Michikos, depending on what our opponent has on their side of the board. Or if they have 4 mana untapped and we suspect a Wandering Emperor. Weaver of Harmony still alive. Jukai Naturalist is exiled, but we were able to get off a reduced priced Hallowed Haunting. That's huge, especially considering we are mana starved right now. I think going on 2 turns. Yeah, I believe our opponent just put their 5th down. Yeah. Okay, exile this Saga. Yep. Another friendly reminder, Weaver of Harmony allows you to double this, exile this Saga, then return to the battlefield transformed under your control ability. That will not get you a second Portrait of Michiko. That will make the same Portrait of Michiko, exile, and then return once again. You'll just be left with another Portrait of Michiko and a tapped Weaver of Harmony. And then, given Murphy's Law, you will have something in your hand that your Weaver of Harmony can use. So let's see. Our opponent is tapped out. We love to see that. So we're gonna get through with whatever we have, but I think I might as well just play Catilda. Taking note that our opponent has 2 cards in hand. They'll get Cameo Transients back, though. Nice Jukai. Oh, our opponent's running Catilda. Alright, nice. I like to see it. There's this 5. That's nice. We have a pretty good play here, though. We can do Michiko's Reign of Truth. We can double it with Weaver of Harmony. Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, and then the Michiko's will be a fourth enchantment. We're going to We're going to have a 5/5 Catilda plus 8. That's a 13/13. We're going to go ahead and do that. Make things difficult for the opponent. Whenever we cast an enchantment spell. Should we double the Hallowed Haunting? We have a choice here. Should we double the Hallowed Haunting? I forgot about that. I think we're going to double the Hallowed Haunting because the Catilda will be big enough. It's not going to be lethal. It makes Catilda big also. In a more lasting way. You know what? They could even trade their Catilda for Portrait of Michiko if they want. Because we have the spirits that get big as well. Okay, our opponent gladly made that trade. They have more than enough mana to cast Catilda for its disturb cost from their graveyard. Yep. There's that. Of course, they casted it on somebody who cannot attack this turn. So we're gonna, oh yeah, we're definitely putting that on Big Fat Catilda. You know, we're not gonna double it because we are going to double the Hallowed Hauntings that we get from Michiko's here. We're gonna swing huge on our opponent here, I think. We're gonna put it on one of these guys actually, so that it can get a nice attack through. Yeah, we're gonna swing with everything. And that, excuse me, I bumped my microphone as I itched my jaw. So pardon me if that came out terribly in the audio. We take down not only our opponent's Architect of Restoration and Jukai, but I believe the Catilda, yeah, she's exiled now. Catilda's rising down to a graveyard from anywhere. Looks like we're hugely pooped on. Although we have a generous visitor, we can start generating value with that. Our opponent has a nice cosmetic. We gotta get our 4th mana there. What turn is that? I wish they had a turn counter here. Do they have a turn counter and I don't know? Is that what the 6 is there? I'm not sure. I wish they had a turn counter. Let me know if I'm mistaken in the comments. I'm gonna keep Tamio's safekeeping up. Oh man, our 5th land. Here we go. Now nothing but lands, right? Now that we're in a stalemate. I think we play Weaver of Harmony to get everything out of Cameo of Transience's reach, right? So now we're gonna have a 3/3 and a 3/3. We have Tamio safekeeping up. I believe we swing. Exile it. We want that. Okay. That is not bad. Not the best, but not bad. I think we are going to attack. I think we just need to keep up the pressure, and if they want to trade, yeah. Yeah, that's just a 2/2. That's not going to do that much. We're swinging with everything, and I think they know it. We're going to pause here, like we have anything in our hand worth considering. move the mouse around. It's actually a thing. In Paper Magic, I'd be doing something. Even if it's pretending to not care about the game. Anything to have our opponent thinking and to be taxing their mental energy. Okay, that's nice because, yeah, we have Weavers of Harmony, so yeah, that's nice. We're going to draw 3 cards if everything goes well. I'm also putting the counter on Generous Visitor because the Weaver of Harmonies will be tapped. Oh yeah, that's it. Alright, that was a nice game. Although our opponent didn't want to admit it, it was. Although perhaps I'm saying that because I won. But we stuck it out through a mana shortage, and eventually we emerged victorious. We started getting mana flooded in in quotes, but yeah, that nice draw trigger there on. It was Spirited Companion, but it could have been the Rune of Might, whatever. That draw trigger that we can recreate with the Weaver of Harmony. Yep. That was too much for our opponents to overcome. Of course, that was a battle of card advantage there. They conceded to the card advantage. They knew at that point they're drawing 1 card a turn. We just drew a whole bunch of things. We might draw into a borrowed time, and then ugh. Yep. I would have conceded too. I think that was smart. I would have said good game though. And I hope that anyone listening, anyone watching, would too. Sportsmanship is not a bad thing. We're going to play I think, if we have a choice between Weaver and Jukai here, we'll go Jukai for the possible Hollowed Haunting 3rd turn. Hall of Storm Giants. We're going to have to keep that in mind for later as our opponent forecasts an instant for their first 2 mana. What are we going to do here? I think we play a Weaver of Harmony. Although that loses us access to Tamiyo's, I just want to start beating our opponent over the head as soon as possible. We like seeing our opponent at 2 mana as they pass the turn. There's nothing to do but attack. We can't really borrow time anything, right? It's funny, I actually had to check. Still unfamiliar with the cards, including my own. We take our opponent down to 4. We pass the turn. With Tamiyo's safekeeping available. We like that. Our opponent now 4 mana. That's Doomscar. Oh yeah, we are going to protect. Jukai Naturalist. Leaves open Hollowed Haunting. Once again, no GG. Not classy. That would that seems like it necessitates the clip of Jim from The Office in his tuxedo criticizing Michael for not being classy enough. I forget exactly the context, but I think it's enough of a meme where I don't need to explain it. Just really not classy. Say your GGs. Spikefield Hazard, they're getting really nice value out of that. Doesn't look like we can do anything, so we pass the turn like a poopy head who didn't mulligan like they should have. Weaver of Harmony, we're gonna make our only play. Right into blue-red. And we're gonna truly believe that that's gonna go well and nothing's gonna happen. See? I told you so. It's not the one we wanted, but it's the one we needed. We have our source of white. We are going to attack. No, and our opponent is not going to let that happen. A braid for 3 damage on the Weaver of Harmony, knocking him into the graveyard. Boom. I tend to like the blue-red dual lands. The art on the blue-red dual lands. I think we can go Jukai Naturalist into a Spirited Companion here. We'll see if there's counters. Okay, well, I mean, of all draws, at least that's something we can use. Protect our Jukai Naturalist investment. I think we'll end the turn. 1 damage. If it was kicked, it deals 2 damage. And well, we're protecting our Jukai Naturalist for that nice, nice cost reduction. And I mean, the lifelink, if we can swing with it, yeah, that's considerable. 1 blue mana for our opponent as they pass the turn to us. Do we play Spirited Companion Catilda? I say, hopefully we draw into a land. We'll start with Spirited Companion. I guess we can't play Catilda. I really want the land, man. We don't have enough stuff. Okay, well, we can play Jukai next, I suppose. I maybe fudge that one a little. Gotta pay closer attention. Just got a big thing there that made a flash on the screen. Giving them access again to a whole bunch of stuff, but here's the thing. What they have now, they have 2 mana. Do they have a counter in here? Let's see if they have a counter in here. Well, let's see how it interacts with Geistwave. We're going to Borrowed Time, their liar person, and see what happens here. I searched for whether or not it could be countered, but the whole time this says spells can't be countered. However, Geistwave might be able to return Borrowed Time to our hand in a response to it. Entering the battlefield, which really just removes Geistwave from their hand, but then they get another turn of, having Liar available. We'll see if they get that on. It looks like they'll probably do that. No. don't know, was that a good play for our opponent? Am I missing something? I think they should have Geist waved. Looks like they just did, of course. But yeah, they passed the turn back to us. I think we'll do exactly what we just did. Borrowed time, we have Tamiyo's to protect it. Our opponent at 3 cards. That's the next borrowed time right there. I don't anticipate any problems, although we'll see. They will have access to a total of 5 mana by the time we target Goldspan Dragon. Oh, never mind. Becomes the target of a spell. I think by the time it becomes a target, it's an enchantment and not a spell. So I don't think that borrowed time will give him another treasure. Okay, I'll still have 3 mana. I mean, obviously plenty to counter. Okay, let's do our best. This is that. Take a notice, even though Goldspan Dragon gives a target when gives a treasure when things become the target of a spell or ability. That was the target of an enchantment, so it didn't actually give him an additional treasure, which would be nice on his turn, right? I mean, that can only help him. I think we passed the turn with Tamiyo's up to block the destruction of our borrowed times. Oh, our opponent is going to be very demoralized when we play another borrowed time on them. And I'm pretty safe in thinking that it's going to resolve. We'll see. But I have a feeling it will. Yeah, I think that's going to be Jukai into borrowed time. That means no Tamiyo's safekeeping, but I really, once again, just want to get beating over the head, to be honest. Maybe this will be my downfall. Our opponent's looking around. They're checking here, there, everywhere, under the couch. Alright. Killing that Jukai Natros, but we already played borrowed time, so we got it off for the discounted price. And boom. Wave goodbye as Goldspan Dragon is taken under borrowed time to be returned whenever. Looks like we've got a nice nice starting value here for Catilda, who should be a 4/4 when she hits the field now. I think we'll keep Tamiyo's safekeeping up instead of playing Spirited Companion. We could just as easily have a poopy draw next turn and have nothing but Spirited Companion to play. Just do that. Yeah, I really want to protect Catilda, if I can. Yeah, we don't want him to do that. Although, to be honest, if he gets that off, he gets the Goldspan Dragon back. Oh no, that gives him a lot more mana. No, we can't let him do that. Because that would give it what? It would attack, so that would be 5 mana total to flashback spells with. I don't think that I could have that. So I guess our opponent took a moment to cope with that. Although I've taken my fair share of moments to cope with things, so I can't really talk that. Let's see, our Iganjo is going to cost 2. because we have a legendary permanent out there reducing the cost. So we can play this guy. Yeah, we're gonna drop a fat Michigos, I think. Because our opponent's not gonna block. So I think we drop. Oh, shh. I'm kind of annoyed with myself. They definitely should have taken +5 damage there. Actually, +6, right? Because Meech goes on the field to add 1 already. Oh, man. Well, it looks like our opponent is getting their stuff back. Although we do have access to Iganjo here. So we can kill the goldspan dragon. And if our opponent is wild enough to block, to attack with lier. And of course that'll be the one to go. Okay, our opponent is a wild person. Do they have anything that's going to counter stuff? Yeah, it looks like we're it looks like we're killing lier, and then we're going to borrow time the goldspan dragon. I don't even think our opponent can counter that, because that's an ability, right? They can't counter target spell that. Could they stifle that? Maybe that's not in standard, but could they stifle that? I don't know. Our opponent is perhaps okay. They're hailing Mary here, but they might be able to play a negate, and we'll see what they get. They have access to a whole bunch of cards with lier, giving them everything in their graveyard flashback. That's pretty darn good, although they are. Man. Man. Damn. They're doing alright. Look at this. Wow. Looks like they're going to return lier. Yeah, that was a good play. I guess we'll play borrowed time Michigos, depending, of course. That might be the last thing we do in this game. Remember that our opponent has huge card advantage, and they have lier in their field to give them access to everything. That's an instant and sorcery that can have flashback. But they will have to pay 5 mana to get started. They have a Geist Blast in here, right? They just used it. Oh, they flashed that one back? Okay, that's good to know. They've used it so many times. I mean, let's say Geist Wave, excuse me, I said Geist Blast. 1, 2, 3 of them. There's all those unexpected blahs. Alright, Arcatilda did a good job. Okay, they're generating crazy card advantage, and yeah, they've got another goldspan, and I think that's just about it. We don't run, sorry, I don't have the Weaver of Harmony set up to double that bar out of time. This is not looking very pretty. I think we might have to call this one GG. Okay, let's see. I've been playing for just about 47 minutes here, so I'd like to thank you if you took the time to watch, for joining me as piloted Selesnya Enchantments to some victories, some non-victory outcomes as well. We got nice use out of Kami Transients in some games. We doubled Hollowed Haunting with Weaver of Harmony in a few, so we got some of our prime mechanics on display. Prime mechanics, but that often are not always used. Let's say I have 1,000 coins in addition to, I believe, a pack of Kamigawa. So I'll quickly, as I like to do, check if this shop changed over. Closing in on a last rare card, which will be a overgrown farm Ryu Storm's Edge. I think we fought that yesterday in our video. That's the video where an opponent GG'd in the middle of the game to lure me into a bad play. Didn't say it at the end. Didn't say GG at the end of the game. Out on my channel now. Hot off the press. That's pretty good. I wonder if that would be useful in the sideboard in my Naya Dinosaurs deck. Although the dinosaurs run Deathgorge Scavenger, it's a green card. It's not as effective against the graveyard, but it's a dinosaur, so commune with dinos, and Forerunner of the Empire can search for it. Atali and Jisheth can play it. Although if Atali and Jisheth are playing, you might not need a puny little Deathgorge Scavenger trigger. So I'd like to thank you once again for joining me. And if you liked it, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know that. Let me know something that you found entertaining, something that you found educational. Maybe I missed a play. You can see I often don't play perfectly. So if I didn't notice my mistake, I would appreciate, if someone called me out on that, and I would learn from it. I'd appreciate that. So we'll see you next time as when we pilot our Selesnya enchantment decks again. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time.